all of this attention that we are giving away to ads, to people advertising to us and such, all this attention that we are giving away, this is what we should be directing towards what is supposed to be done. Hey folks, welcome back to Alflex E049 podcast. So my name is Alex for those who are new to this podcast, and here we share ideas on how we can elevate as young people and just become the best versions of themselves. So back the fuck up, we're gonna log this shit out. So as a matter of fact, I came to realize that we as young men, we tend to procrastinate and not do what we are supposed to do every other day. As a matter of fact, most of us want to be successful. And if you don't want to be successful, then kindly, I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to those people who really want to achieve something for themselves. And that is why I'm here today, simply because I know very well that a lot of us have that ambition of just being like, God damn, I'm gonna do something for myself. I'm gonna do something for my people. I'm gonna change the lives of my people and such kind of a thing. And that is what I'm talking about. I came to realize that the idea that you sit down and think that I'm going to do something great, then at the end of the day, after 24 hours, you can't account how you spent all your time. That means you're not clear enough of what you really want, as a matter of fact. And that is where a lot of people, a lot of young men get lost simply because. So, as I was telling you, that is where a lot of people get lost simply because they end up thinking that, yes, I will have this dream, and someday it will magically appear, and a day will come when my everything will be okay. I'm here to tell you it will never be okay unless you make it be okay. That is simply what it is. As a matter of fact, we wake up every day with these great ambitions, thinking that our lives one day will be okay. And then, instead of putting work, instead of investing a lot of work into what needs to be done to achieve what we want to achieve in life, we end up wasting every other resource that we have. For instance, look at it. Our mind is very good at tricking us during the day. You wake up after you, the moment you you take your phone, the moment you take your phone after waking up, your attention is gone, just like that. You scroll for like 2 to 3 hours before sun comes down. You watch some garbage on TikTok, or maybe people who have posted some shit online, and then at the end of the day, 3 hours are gone. Boom. You feel so foggy headed, and you're like, god damn, let me take some freaking breakfast and such kind of a thing. Then your mind kinda tricks you to go back to the cycle of thinking that you're doing something which is not technically important. For instance, look at this. There are a lot of works that people do during the day that are not helping them achieve what they want in life. Look at this. Your mind, after spending so much time without working, doing anything, your mind kind of pushes you to do something active. You put your phone down, then you decide to maybe wash your clothes and clean utensils and such kind of a thing, maintain your house and such. And then you have spent like 3 hours to do just that, you know. And then your mind gets some dopamine that you have actually done something. You're so tired, and then you sit down again, maybe to watch a movie, or maybe to relax, or scroll some garbage on TikTok again. And that means 4 hours are gone. Another 4 hours are gone. Another 6 hours are gone. Boom, and you haven't done anything. And then the day ends, and you're like, I'm tired today. What the fuck did you do, bro? What the fuck did you do that elevated you to what you wanted in life? You know? Do you see the irony in that? Simply because you really want to be successful. You want the fuck you money that all these successful people have. You want to have the freedom of finances. You want to have the freedom of space. You want to have the freedom of speech. And this way, with all that desire, you're not backing it up with action. That means you're hypocritical. That is what it is. You're wanting what you are desiring without you actively chasing it. And that is just delusion. There's no way you are going to be in that position in the near future if you can't invest work today. That means Every time that you are awake, every time that you have, every second that you are spending here on earth, you are technically spending your life, and you have to understand that every second you are spending, if you really want to be successful, you have to be investing it towards that very thing that you want in life, because that is what that really matters at this very moment. Because this insanity of thinking that you wake up, waste a lot of time on social media, especially social media is destroying like crazy. You waste a lot of time on social media, you waste a lot of time doing some low level work and such kind of a thing. You get some fake dopamines and such. You go for parties and do a lot of crazy things that are technically not aiding to the movement of you becoming the best version of yourself at the end of the day. This is just the delusion, and it won't get you where you want to be. You have to understand that very clearly. Every day you wake up, it is high time that you don't waste any time, because time is technically moving. It's moving really quick, and we cannot be in a position of understanding how 30% of the year 2025 is just done. You see? And that is what I'm telling you. Time is moving, and if you're not flowing with it, at the end of the day, you'll wake up one day, you won't have your dream, and you'll be looking around and seeing the moments that you wasted doing nothing, the moment that you wasted on TikTok, the moment that you wasted on reels and some garbage on social media. You look at those moments and you will totally regret that you wasted all that energy, knowing that you would have done something that would have had the potential of changing your life. And that is what it is. That is a mistake that a lot of people do. And that is something that you have to avoid as a plague, bruv. As a plague, you have to be angry when you see yourself doing things that you're not supposed to do, as a matter of fact, you know. You have to be really angry with yourself, saying that you're not pushing yourself hard enough to get to that dream that you want, simply because you know very well, if you have money, if you will have money and become successful in the near future, that means your people will live better. You have to be totally angry with yourself. You have to be pissed off, knowing that you won't be in a position of getting what you want, and still you're not there, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. That should piss you off real bad. You know, folks, I talk to you like this simply because you're a friend of mine, you are my friends, and I know very well that at the end of the day, if all of us become successful, that is our happiness. That is our happiness, simply because we shall have time together, we shall have good moments together, we shall build businesses, we shall do a lot of good things together. But if you as my friend, you get made a position of pushing yourself hard to just go out there and just achieve something that you want, me on my other side, I push myself hard, we achieve something, as we empower each other to go forward, that means there's no reason for us to be even related in any way. That is what it is, you know, folks. You have to understand very well. There's no other reason of existing if you won't achieve what you want. That is just a raw fact. That is something that you should get pissed off. Animals understand all these kind of things simply because they know very well, I'm here to do something. In fact, I watched some documentary back in the days, like 2 years ago, about a beetle and such kind of a thing. The life cycle of a beetle and such, after being hatched from the egg, it develops until it matures. Then it goes out there, it builds its own shelter and such kind of a thing. Then after building a family and such, it is ready to die. It just turns upside down and dies just like that. You know why? Simply because this animal have achieved its purpose. Insect, I mean, it has already achieved its purpose and it is ready to go. That is what it is. The same thing with humans. You have to understand very well. We are like human animals, technically speaking. We are human animals, and we have to tame that self that is making us go wild and do things that are not making any sense. You know, we should tame ourselves to be in a position of doing what we are here to do. As a matter of fact, that is technically what I'm talking about. doing what we are here to do. We are here to thrive. We are here to give our people the best, you know. The same thing with the cavemen back in the days. They went out there to hunt for their people. They protected their people. That was their purpose. They would do nothing else. They were not distracted by some bullshit. How can you be distracted while in the forest and you know very well maybe a lion is watching you somewhere? You have to be so freaking keen like a freaking savage. The same thing today. That is something that have been stolen from us by the social media, technically speaking. The social media platforms, the mass media, all these uh, garbage that is rotating on the internet and such, all of this attention that we are giving away to ads, to people advertising to us and such, all this attention that we are giving away, this is what we should be directing towards what is supposed to be done. And that is what it is, folks. That is what it is, because at the end of the day, I've told you very clearly, if you won't achieve what you want in life, at the end of the day, forget about it. Forget about it, and you have just signed a doomsday contract for your people. Simply because look at it. They look up on you. For instance, if you come from a very freaking humble background, you don't have shit, you are poor, like you are striving to just survive and just have some meal or such kind of a thing, or even shelter. If you come from that kind of a background, you know very well that all these people are looking up on you. You know very well. You can look into their eyes and, for instance, your mom, she looks into your eyes and you're like, God damn, man. She knows in herself that this child, if he or she doesn't make it, I'm doomed. I'm just doomed, bro. And that is something that should be pissing you off real bad. That is something that should be making you angry, that you're wasting your life, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your resources on things that are not supposed to be taking your resources away from you, instead of building something that you want to build, instead of building the life that your mom will be proud of in the future. You should be angry, bro. You should be angry. You should be in a position of forcing yourself to just be like, God damn, man, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? How can I change this shit? You know? It all narrows down to self-honesty. That is all it is. If you're wasting yourself, be honest. Be honest to face the hard truth, simply because at the end of the day, this is what that really matters. Facing the hard truths will enable you to get out of that freaking comfort zone. Like I pointed out to you, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your potential on that bullshit that you're following up on social media. You know, you're wasting your potential on football, watching football the whole freaking 90 minutes, bruv. 90 minutes of your life that you would have built something for yourself. You see, that's what I'm saying. You know, so it's a matter of getting pissed off. It's a matter of getting disciplined and understand that it will not get easy. It will not get easy. Those people who sit down and just think, itajipa. Like, bro, you are fucked. You are simply fucked. The world is not set for those people who think that one day it will be okay. No. The system is not like that. It doesn't work like that, bro. And you have to sit down with yourself and just understand it won't work, period. And you have to calibrate what needs to be done today so that you get in a position of forging your way to the top. And if you can do that, I don't know who will help you to do that. I don't know who will help you to be faced by that shame of not doing something and seeing your people suffering and remembering that you had potential to do something for yourself. No one will help you to face that. You will end up living a life of regret that will silently destroy you simply because it is too late for you to act. That is all it is. You have to understand, folks, today is all we have, as young as we are. Before life brings shit to our doorstep, maybe, for instance, God forbid, our people get ill and we don't have that massive amount of money to maybe seek their good medical attention and such. It will come that time, and we have to understand that it is our time to prepare now. You know, it is our time to prepare, because life is, god damn, man, I don't know how to say this, but life is loaded with shitload of things, like they are ready to destroy you anytime. You know, that is what it is, folks. You have to understand very well. We are here to achieve something, and we are here to kill it. No matter what happens, no matter what stands in the way, whatever stands in the way is the way. If it is that social media, it has to go. If it is that alcohol, it has to go. If it is that pornography or masturbation or such, or jacking off incessantly and such kind of bullshit, all these things have to go. Otherwise, you have to understand, you have to sacrifice some things. That is just the raw fact. Some things need to be sacrificed. You need to sacrifice comfort. You need to sacrifice your entertainment. You need to sacrifice your distractions. You need to sacrifice everything so that you can redirect all that energy towards doing what you're supposed to do as a man. And if you can't redirect everything, if you can't redirect your energy, if you can't sacrifice, if you can't push yourself to sacrifice hard enough to be in a position of saving your people from poverty or such kind of a thing, then guess what? They are doomed. They are doomed, and you'll spend the rest of your eternity crying out your eyes, knowing that you would have done something, regretting every time you see your people suffering. And that is not a way to live, man. Because we have a moment now. We have a moment now. This is a moment that we can build what we want in life. There is no other moment coming around. Stop thinking about tomorrow or such kind of a thing. Thinking like, what will I do tomorrow or such? Or maybe your dream tomorrow, you will achieve something tomorrow. No. If you will achieve something tomorrow, achieve it today first. That is what it is. Also, stop looking back. Stop looking back to your freaking, I don't know, your hardships. I went through a lot of trauma and such kind of bullshit. Bro, you have to understand, nobody's coming. Nobody cares. Technically, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your pain. Nobody cares about bro, you have to wake up every day and understand you are you. Nobody else cares. Nobody else give a damn. Even if you die today, nobody cares. Technically speaking, that is what it is. So you have to understand, you are on your own. You and God and your mind. You have to go to war, man. You have to go to the trenches. And if you can't do that for yourself, if you can't force yourself to do that, people don't give a fuck. They don't. Bro, I don't have much to say, but you have to understand that it's time to kill it. Stop saying that you will do something, then you don't do it. I do something, then you don't do it. I will do something, then I don't. Bro, stop that bullshit. It will destroy you at the end of the day and you will regret it. So stop doing it. Let's go to the top. There's no way around. There's no shortcut. There's no handouts. We have to build this for ourselves. That is what it is. See you at the top, folks. And I'm super grateful if you stayed to this very end, simply because it shows that you are dedicated towards becoming the person you wanted to be. You always wanted to be. And if you think that any comment, anything that you think I should talk about in the near future, just drop it in the comment section, and I will be super grateful because of that. Also, assist by subscribing. Consider this as a form of value exchange. You help me by subscribing so that I reach to more people who can be in a position of changing their lives with this message, and also you get the value from these kind of videos. So I'm grateful, folks. See you in the next one. Have a beautiful evening. Adios.